The world is obsessed with Bryan Johnson. In 2026, his Blueprint project has moved beyond a mere diet and transformed into a new global religion. We see a man spending $2 million a year to make his organs function like those of an 18-year-old. But behind the brilliance of sterile laboratories and charts of optimized testosterone levels lies something ghastly. Johnson is the first human in history to commit a voluntary suicide of his personality for the sake of the survival of his biological spacesuit. When you look at his face, you don't see living emotion. You see the result of hundreds of sensors dictating when he should smile and when he should sleep. This is the digital hell. Bryan Johnson no longer makes decisions. An algorithm decides what he eats for breakfast. An algorithm decides how many minutes he must spend in the sun. He has become a slave to his own body. If Sam Sulek is the anarchy destroying the temple, then Johnson is the dictatorship turning the temple into a hermetic chamber. We are watching human spontaneity, the very thing that makes us human, being sacrificed at the altar of statistics. Life is not just the number of heartbeats, it is what those heartbeats are for. Johnson no longer has a what for. His only goal is infinite technical maintenance. We are facing the paradox of 2026. The more technology we use to extend life, the less life remains in that life. Johnson reminds us of a character from a dystopian novel who feared the end so much that he agreed to eternal imprisonment in the golden cage of his biomarkers. He doesn't live, he functions. His daily routine is an operating system with no room for error, passion, or accidental happiness. You envy his longevity, but are you ready to trade your will for the right to exist forever as a laboratory exhibit? Look closely at his appearance. In 2026, they call this rejuvenation, but our subconscious triggers an alarm. It's the Uncanny Valley effect. His skin is too smooth, his gaze too empty. This is the face of a man who has stripped himself of all natural cycles. Johnson takes over 100 pills a day, undergoes blood transfusions from young donors, and sleeps in a climate-controlled chamber. His body is a chemical construction kit maintained in a state of artificial homeostasis. But what is the price of this perfect biology? The problem with Project Blueprint is that it ignores the spirit in favor of the matter. When you turn your body into an optimization project, you inevitably face psychological degradation. The human brain evolved under conditions of stress, struggle, and uncertainty. By stripping all of this away, Johnson has turned his nervous system into an atrophied appendage. His biological markers may be perfect, but his social and emotional life is a scorched wasteland. He cannot share a dinner with friends. He cannot afford a glass of wine at sunset. He cannot even get angry, because that would raise his cortisol levels and ruin the morning report. This is the biological device. Bryan Johnson is an iPhone in human skin. He's constantly updating the firmware, clearing the cache, and monitoring the battery charge. But an iPhone has no soul. We are seeing the triumph of matter over meaning. In the pursuit of eternity, he has lost the taste of the present moment. Every second of his existence is a measurement, an analysis, and a correction. This is not the life of an athlete, nor the life of a sage. It is the life of an accountant, counting every drop of his blood, fearing that one calculation error will lead to a system failure. He has turned his existence into an endless wait for the death he is so desperately trying to delay. Why are we so obsessed with this? Because Bryan Johnson is selling us the oldest lie in the world. The lie that death can be defeated with money and discipline. In 2026, as the world becomes increasingly unstable, Blueprint feels like a life raft. People look at him and think, if I do the same, I will never disappear. But the truth is, Bryan Johnson has already disappeared. The man he used to be, the ambitious entrepreneur with charisma and passion, has been replaced by a biological interface. Death is what gives life its value. The finitude of our time forces us to love, to create, and to take risks. Remove death from the equation, and you get a gray infinity where there is no room for heroism. Johnson is a warning to us all. We are on the threshold of an era where elites will try to turn themselves into immortal cyborgs, leaving humanity behind. But look at the end of that road. It's not a god. It's a pale, waxy shadow of a man who is so afraid of the dark that he locked himself in a room with the lights permanently on. I wear this mask because I want to remind you your individuality is more important than your blood work. Don't let algorithms dictate how you breathe. Sam Sulek chose the path of a bright burnout. Bryan Johnson chose the path of eternal smoldering. Both are slaves to their ego. The real path lies somewhere in the middle, in the shadows, where life is accepted with all its imperfections, wrinkles, and its ultimate end. Do not be afraid to grow old. Be afraid to wake up at 150 years old and realize that you've spent the last century just updating your software without ever actually starting to live. I am the shadow, and I choose to be a human, not a project. What will you choose?